Is Quinn here too? We are live.
Yeah.
Live.
My goodness, we're back. Cut that. Start again.
Live.
We're live. Hey everybody, we're back with Simon as the fiery Wilm Fair, CJ as the spider Otto, Peter as Tough, Tomas, and Adana as Quinty314. We're picking right back up with Otto, with Quinn as a big termite and Otto as a big spider right behind him, coming into the Great Black Mother's egg lair. Deep down in the dark earth, the damp and the decay, there is a great black spider who's laid many, many eggs. And as she stares down at you from the ceiling, upside down, wrapping up the ant who she just snatched very quickly. I think you can hear his cries for help, and then become muffled and then silenced as she fully wraps him in the cocoon. And then sticks him further up into the darkness. And as she moves, you realize that there is that glowing fungus on the ceiling too, and that there are other things, old carcasses hanging there, bits of web. But she is so large and black that she blots out the light. That makes it seem like it is a kind of dark and cavernous up there.
Shit.
But on the other end, we pick up with Will and May looking down at you, walk into what seems like your death, and Tomas waking up after being unconscious, feeling a little bit groggy, a little bit nauseous. And I think, Tomas, you immediately start to understand that there was some sort of poison, and you're still feeling the effects. And as you look and you see Kaylin, the wriggling worms, it's like zooming in and out a little bit. Your vision kind of wobbles and then steadies, and then as soon as you turn, it's like a camera on a wobbly, like a supports, and you see Sandra's leg, one of her spider legs from her spider form, just on the ground there. And you look up on the wall and you scan around and you don't see her. You're fully encased to the wall, with just the top part of your torso and your head sticking out. And there's two things in here. It's like a big circular room. Seems to be, the walls are this porous, bark-like texture, you're not in the earth anymore almost, and there's this gooey, thick substance around. And as you start to bring your gaze upwards, you realize that it's cylindrical and it goes up, and there's a golden light starting to filter down here. In the middle of the room, there's a podium that goes a little bit, up from the ground, and this podium is a string-like, web-like structure, but it appears hard like stone. And out of the middle of it is protruding a kind of mercurial, liquidy substance, that seems to be moving within that hive network there. It's flowing through the veins of the strands, and every now and then some of it kind of splashes out or comes out and then goes back in, and you can see ever so slowly that network is building a little bit more. It's growing. And in the center of it, there is what appears to be some sort of orb, a crystal of some sort, and it's a deep purplish color.
Very interesting. Okay.
So we'll pick up with you. You're here. This is happening.
I try to rip out of it's goop. It's not webs, right? It's goop.
This is like a goop.
Okay. even in my dazed state, try first instinct, break free.
You attempt to rip yourself out of the wall. You're going to make me a might check.
I'm still poisoned.
Yeah, this is going to be, so it's basically the poison's making this a little bit harder, which is this is going to be target number 18.
Okay. Hot damn. All right.
Did you
Pray
use
to
your
the gods on
boon?
this one? I don't have a boon.
Oh.
He ran out of boons before he could get to Tomas.
Oh.
You're out of the boons, no.
Oh wait, who used the boon though? Let me get rid of. Did Diana?
I-
Did you use your boon?
I did.
Did.
Hmm.
Just before I forget to get rid of it. Where is it? That's that one. Okay. No one else?
Not yet.
Oh, I rolled another 4.
All right, you rolled a 4. And as you struggle mightily, you do not break free. And I think failing by more than 5 means as you struggle, there's a shimmer as you think that you've caught something's attention. And then dropping down from the tree appear to be vines on the inside. And they touch your face a little, caress you. Then you hear a great voice. Oh, infiltrator.
To bite at one of the vines.
And they move a little away from you. Why are you in my forest?
Your forest. I'm just looking for my people.
I've claimed this domain, and I will claim all of the others.
Are the vines doing anything to Kalen?
They're not. There's just the squirming worms on him, and he's still passed out, pale.
His okay. Can you just describe again? He's got like because I saw him get cut in half,
Yeah,
and they've like reattached him.
that's what it looks like. He's attached back together with these worms around the middle. All these tiny little squiggling worms going around there.
Are you trying to consume my friend?
Consume. I drink the nutrients in the water. I eat the sun. I take everything that is dead and make it mine. And my children run the earth, making sure that it all happens as it must.
You will not have us. Kalen! Kalen! I need you, Kalen! I need you to get angry.
So new. You cannot do anything. But Kalen, at your yelling, eyes flutter. He just looks up at you weakly, and he mouths something to you. Roll me a speed or an intellect, whatever you think would be more appropriate for your character, to try and decipher. Basically, you're trying to read his lips in this moment to get an idea of what it is exactly he's saying.
I'll do intellect, and if I'm not necessarily reading his lips, maybe I'm just reading his emotions in a very literal sense. All right, intellect. I will use an effort. Can I? Yeah, even if I don't have an edge, I can use an effort, right?
Yep, absolutely.
thought it was another 4, but it was a 6.
A 6. You're using effort. And you're trying to tap into his emotions. Is that like another asset, or is that?
No, I don't actually have. I don't have an asset for that.
You fail, but not by a lot. And so I think not by more than 5. And so you see him mouthing a strange word, and then you pick up that it's Isandriel. But then you kind of lose the rest of it, and the vines block your vision of Kaelin and start to form into something. And they droop, and then they wrap around each other, and then they start to look a little bit like a humanoid. It says, "What a strange body. Perhaps I could inhabit you. Or you could be a part of me."
As it's talking, I'm like trying to like peek around the vines that are sort of blocking my vision, look around the rest of the room. Do I see any more legs? Do I see any spiders?
You're looking up, you're looking around, and it's trying to kind of now. It looks like it's like a weird puppet show, right? With those marionettes with the strings coming down as it's trying to move this vine body. And it's trying to get it to kind of just walk around the chamber. And as it walks towards that central hive place, you can see Kalen again, but he's still kind of like passed out. You don't see any other live beings or insects until through one of the kind of like there's these like little, I would say like dark little holes at like the base, like around the edges of the room, and out of one of them scurries an ant, and the ant comes towards the center, crawls up the hive, and holds its front 2 arms out. And then from the middle of the tree, you see goop fall, but it's a different color. And this amber goop, and you realize it to be the sap, falls to the ant, and it takes that glob and it brings it close preciously and walks away and goes somewhere else. It seems like whatever this is not paying attention to you anymore and is more concentrated at the moment in playing with this construct that it's formed. And I think as you're watching it, you're starting to realize that it's starting to look more like you. The vines are like writhing and squeezing, and slowly its shape is more like what you would look like, even to the the plate on your forehead. There's like a rock that's been put into place, and you can see that it's getting closer and closer. And then as it's near that middle piece, you see that some of that mercurial silvery liquid starts to touch it, and the hands begin to move, and the vines separate out into fingers, and it's able to start curling them. And this is going to take a little bit of time as it keeps focusing on this.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm frantically kind of looking around, and then I see it do this thing at the center of the room, and it pauses, and some time passes. And then I think Tomas kind of looks down, and he sees that his chest is kind of exposed. And relative to Tomas, where is like the puppet? Is it like directly in front of him, like so to speak?
So to speak, yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a ways away now.
And the hole that the ant came from, how far is it?
So the ant came from like across the entire room. So
Okay.
the ant was like maybe 20 to 30 meters away. So I believe 10 meters is about the length of a school bus, to put in like real terms. So You know, it's at least like the middle of the room is like a school bus's length away from you, so like the
Okay.
radius, and then to get to all the way to where that ant was 2 school buses.
2 school buses. Okay. I'm drawing a line in Tomas's mind's eye of 2 school buses going from the puppet to the pedestal to the hole on the other end of the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I might be jumping the gun here. I want to summon the drill dog, but I can't remember if I have the drill dog on me or if I left it at the camp.
I believe you did. You took him into yourself and then did this whole night run. We didn't mention him before. We didn't use him at all.
I haven't been using him at all, but now I'm having doubts.
I remember you purposely taking him into yourself.
Does anyone else remember precisely? Because I remember doing that too, but then I have like a vague recollection that I don't remember who I asked to be like, well, if I don't come back, like, find a new leader or something. Like, I don't remember if I told that to the drill dog or if I said that to just some random schleb.
I think you said that to the
think
drill
you-
dog. I feel like I remember that.
So 2 sessions ago,
wish I
this
had
is
remembered
full
that.
disclosure from your DM. I was like, "Oh, you still have the drill dog in reserve."
Okay.
But that was my thought as the DM. And then so last session you weren't
Okay.
here, and I was like, "Well, at least he's got the drill dog with him."
Okay.
So here we are, and I was like, "Oh, I think he's here."
I think that's enough confirmation for me. I think that okay. So I summon up the drill dog, and I'm like through my emotions, through like the what Tomas is literally seeing. He's gonna like convey that to the drill dog as it jumps out from him to rush across the room, and I'm trying to convey to him to like get out, find help. But he's also a drill dog, so maybe drill through whatever's in front of you on the way out.
Cheers, by the way.
Yo, Sheriff, thank you. I don't know if that's too much, but I would like to do that.
Okay. Few things are going to happen. So you look down, you see your chest exposed, and then I would say that you see what look like to you human bones and a little bit of a skull sticking out at the goop right underneath you.
Oh, okay. I was like out of my chest. What the heck?
The drill hound is ready, jumps out, has this information from you to go get help. And immediately as he jumps out, whatever is in the middle of the room ripples and the marionette turns, and you can see that now half its face is silver with that silvery liquid and has formed much more closely into your features. And it kind of ripples, and one eye opens, and inside is that purple hue, that purple glow, the same as the crystal that is in the middle. And it starts to, like the Terminator, and just start walking forward towards the drill hound. The drill hound looks at you and kind of like, and you get the sense that like it is a little bit afraid of that, like it's getting like that's a big predator vibe. And looks the other way and like positions its body and kind of points.
Okay, I'm going to use my emotional frenzy. I'm just going to activate it. So the blank face on my forehead, I muster up the fight response that the drill dog taught me, and it's going to go red with rage for that fight response. I'm going to go, ah! You can do it! Drill hound! Just to give it some courage.
You put it into this frenzy, and the drill forms up. The 4 tentacles, the eyes are on the inside, and it all closes up. And I think you get a sense of, oh shit, and it just goes straight at you, and basically right under your arm drills through, and you feel yourself start to loosen and break free. and you're able to get one arm fully off the wall, and then the drill dog, it appears to hit like ding ding, like it's hitting something really hard, and then it has to stop, shake its head, and then at this point the marionette is so close to you guys that it has no choice but to kind of like you feel that connection to it, and it understood the command, but it will duck out a hole that is much closer to this side of the tree.
Okay. Am I free?
You're partially free.
Yeah, I think I like ripped my arm out. The dog's like right under me, basically, right?
He's gone now, but yeah.
Oh, he's like out of there.
Yeah, so there's another one of those like low holes on the wall.
Okay.
Like,
I thought he like
there was one
couldn't
near
get
you
through.
that you couldn't really see.
Okay. Yes. And then I just like turned to the marionette, like, and I'm still seething with this kind of like fight response. So I think I'm like kind of waiting for him to get closer, and I'll kind of do something with my free arm when he does.
He comes towards you, and you see this silvery rippling, and some of like the chin retreats, and then it covers the rest of the forehead, and it tries to emulate the little face that you have, screaming in rage, and it's just like a little bulge, and it doesn't have much detail, and you can see it like moving its head as it comes closer, and the one silvery arm comes and it goes to grab you basically by the throat.
Okay, well that's exactly what I wanted to do too. So reach up, go grab his throat.
You grab its throat, it grabs your throat, and you just hear it go, "Yes, give in."
I try to rip its throat out.
Try to rip its throat. You're gonna roll me a might, but you're also gonna roll me right afterwards a might defense.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, might. I would like to use not just one effort, but 2 effort.
Whoa!
And the
Okay.
second effort is going to be my level up.
Absolutely.
Desperation. This is like life or death situation, more than Tomas has ever experienced. He's going all out. It's a 9.
I kid you not. That is exactly what you needed to succeed. With 2 effort, bringing it down from a 15.
Hey.
Holy.
And you are able to start ripping the head off of the marionette. Roll me a might defense.
Defense, yeah. I rolled a natural 1.
On a natural 1,
No.
your vision starts to go black as he chokes the fucking and you're having trouble breathing all of a sudden. Kaylin, you're like gurgling, the screaming, the emotion. You see Kaylin is like one eye open, trying to move. You see that as his torso is moving, his feet kick a little, but he can't fully get up. He can't do anything. He can't even really talk. But you fully rip the head off of the marionette. And as you throw, I think, like the head down and probably try to react a little bit more to the hand that's choking you, it will do damage to you. So it's going to do 4 might.
Okay.
But the power of the puppet of the hand that's choking you falters and fails, and you're able to get it off of yourself. And the limp vines that are hanging basically are moving now and they're slithering and trying to pick up the silvery material that you like threw away. And so now it's busy doing that for a second.
Yeah. I also kind of just want to like describe it that like as the thing was choking me out, like I think I like absolutely did sort of pass out for a split second, but the little face was still going like, it was like freaking out and like just like ripped
finish
out,
the job.
finish the job, yeah. And then like sort of come back to, and then try to like claw my way out of this goop, just to like get the rest of my body out.
Right? We can do this two ways. You can roll me another might, which has a maybe chance of failing.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it has no resource cost.
Okay.
Unless you put effort into it or something.
Right.
Or I can say it just straight up costs you an amount of might, and you'll just get out of the goop. But I have a feeling you're starting to run low on the might resource.
I might be low on might. I've had a lot of low rolls. What are the chances I get another low roll?
Don't tempt fate.
Never tell
And
them.
I will use an effort. Since I am in my rage, it costs one less. It basically boosts my edge during the rage.
Okay.
So here we go. A 19.
Ooh.
That does
Called
it
it.
with a little bonus.
Style.
A little bit of style. As you use your other hand, start ripping off the goop, solidified in some places from yourself, and then use both of your arms to push yourself off of the wall. I'm going to say you can do one of two things. You can throw some of this goop at the silvery liquid on the ground and basically like further mess it up, causing like, delaying it a little bit more, the vines like trying to get it back. Or you can use this moment to go over to Kaylin.
No, I'm gonna throw more goop on the vines and the silver stuff.
Perfect. So you delay it now as the goop like tumbles over some of the silver and like picks it up. And it rolls a little bit away. So now the vines are going this way. You hear that, "You fool, accept your fate. Become one with me, with the forest. It could be ours. All of the forests could be ours."
Tomas is gonna kind of like whip his head around, like just kind of like in this like maniac craze. Is the sound coming from a particular location? Also, get the hell out of here. Why can I not ban you?
Ba. It is. So roll me an intellect to try and figure out what.
Okay. I rolled a 2 and definitely not in the right state of mind for that.
Okay. You do not fail by more than 5.
Okay.
So on a 2, you know that it is in this room. Something is making that sound. But as you listen and you kind of get that information, you see that now the vines have gotten that silvery material back, and they're transporting it back to that center bit, and it is basically ready to come at you again. So you're out of time for trying to figure stuff out.
It's already at the center?
Yeah, it's you close your eyes and cocked your head to listen, and as you look back, it's like they're almost all the way back already.
Fuck. Okay. Can I just like book it towards the center and see if I can get there before it does?
You start to run, and the booming voice just says, "Come to me." And all 10 ants start coming out of those holes on the other side of the room. There's like 10 of them easily. You're sprinting towards the center, and the vines are just covering that object. This thick layer of vines, and as you get to it, it's just you can't even touch that structure anymore.
Oh fuck!
It just says "fool," and the ants are almost on you. It's your turn. What do you do?
I just start ripping out the vines, like trying to get through them.
Great. Roll me a might check. If you don't get this, you will be trapped again, or worse, potentially, by these ants.
Okay.
Oh no. Someone give him a
Some
boon.
pepperonis. Let's. Do I even have enough to do that? It would cost. I'm trying to calculate here. The first one is it costs 2, and then the second one costs 3 for effort.
First one's 3, everyone after is 2.
Okay, so it would cost me 3. I'm going to use 2 effort. I'll have 1 might left. I'm at 4 might right now.
Okay. You're using 2 effort.
Yeah. 18.
Wow.
Oh my god, if I get hit once though, it's over.
This was a task worthy of tales told for years after. Without your 2 effort,
Oh shit.
you couldn't have done this roll. It was
Oh
a target
my
number
God.
24. So with an 18, you just succeed.
Let's freaking go.
You rip.
Just fucking ripping those vines.
You get your hands in there. What are you doing to the structure in here? There's that gem glowing kind of like in the center. There's that liquid silvery swishing around. The ants are coming up on you.
It's such a hectic moment. Everything's closing in around Tomas. He rips a hole in the vines, literally crawls into it, and then just kind of like from inside begins to like tear it all apart, using his whole body to kind of like rip it all to shreds. Whatever happens to the silver is just like a product of him being in that space and just kind of like freaking out, having this like full body tantrum.
Oh, damn. You
I don't
do
know if
this.
that's a good thing, but
You crawl in, and like an ant, like I think multiple ants are like scrabbling at the edge trying to get in after you, but it's like the hole is like kind of closed up. You're thrashing around in here. Part of the structure falls into place. You're covered in that liquid, and on your skin you feel it vibrating, and you hear the voice, "I will have you." And I think you start just convulsing.
oh no.
The structure is ripped to shreds in here. That whatever was being built, the gem just falls, hits the floor. But you feel something just like ripping you asunder. And we're going to switch back to the rest of the party. Otto, Quinn, there's a huge, an enormous black spider eating an ant, or cocooning it and then hanging it up, and then you see it like move its head and inject it with its, spider venom. And it asked you a question.
The question was, well, like, where do we come from? I think, right?
Yeah. Where do you come from? What are you?
I'm gonna pause a moment just to see if the weird what shape are you in again? What kind of
A
bug?
termite?
Termite. If this termite behind me is gonna speak before me, so just like,
I'm a slave.
Do you look?
And I
do you
look
like
at
look
Otto.
back at the termite, or
not at all. I just like pause, give that space for it to answer.
I'm his slave.
you just say, "I'm his slave"?
Yeah.
And the spider cocks her head. Oh,
Big boss here.
Not an offering, then. Fine. I guess that's to be expected. You are from another brood mother. Further away, a different forest? How's the parasite expanded its influence?
Parasite everywhere.
Roll me an intellect. Roll me something. Parasites everywhere.
Does a 7 go?
7. The great black spider turns and rights itself and walks down, gets down on the ground. Its legs delicately touching in between the egg sacs, looking at the
I
both
tilt
of
my
you.
head down.
You tilt your head down, and she looks directly at you, Otto. You're from this world, and you've come to investigate. Am I wrong?
I do not know. But I do not believe I am of this world, though I am from it. I seek answers, Great Mother.
I can see that. It looks like you could be from where we are from. I'm interested in and pauses, cocks head, and the drill hound bounds up to you, Will, up at the top of the slope, and just like big dog whine. And it's just like, what's going on? And the spider looks at you, Otto, gets in close, all the legs around you, and says, do not think about any sort of betrayal. I will let you go to see what seems like your comrade. And that is good faith. And she will retreat.
I'll do a quick spider bow. And then I'll just grab the termite with one of my legs to help push you along.
I follow.
run out.
And you hear, I think, a voice just lilt out. And it seems directed at you, Quinn. She says, slaves do not speak. You're out of there. Will, there's the drill hound in front of you, just pawing at you.
So the drill hound came from the other
Seems like it, yeah.
Okay. I'll follow it. It wants me. It clearly wants something like attention. So I'm gonna kind of turn towards it.
Yeah, and I think
see
immediately
what's the
it
matter.
responds. It does that dog thing. It looks over its shoulder. It's already kind of running. You start to go after it, and May's like, oh, and is looking down the slope, and then starts sprinting after. She's like, okay, they're coming. They're coming.
Oh, I didn't think I put her down. I think I was still carrying.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're carrying her. She's just looking backwards as you're carrying her. She's like, they're coming after us.
Good to know, but it's the drill hound. I assume it came with with Tomas, but why would it be here? Maybe it's showing us the way.
Oh, I hope he's all right. And the hound's like, "Arr, arr, arr." It's running
I'm
forward.
running at this point if I can.
Yeah, so you start sprinting after it. Spider and Termite, you guys see Will sprinting down the corridor. Are you running after them?
Yeah.
I follow your suit, so whatever you decide Boss.
Let's do it. Let's just do what the great freaking Black Mother says.
Also, that spider lady knew I was probably not a slave.
Yes, that's all right. Best not to lie on your part.
Yeah, I'm not too good at lying, to be honest.
As you speed down the corridor after them, the dog gets towards a hole in the tree. Or I keep saying in the tree. You don't know that it's a tree, but it's a hole in what looks like a wall ahead of you, and the wall is a completely different texture. It is bark-like and rough, and the dog all of a sudden collapses and slides towards the bark, unmoving.
And nothing is like evident as to why this might be.
I think as you approach and you just see the dog, like it just collapsed all of a sudden, like nothing hit it or anything like that.
That's it.
Uh,
Like no.
You hear a familiar sound, and it's the of Tomas's secondary head, kind of just screaming out.
Okay. Is the hole large enough for Wilm to get through?
It is. You kind of like have to duck, maybe like crawl a little bit on your all fours, but
Okay, so now I'll put Malin down, and she's like, "See what you can do for the drill hound. I'm gonna go see if Tomas is in here, and I'm gonna crawl in."
right, crawl in. She goes, "I got this." And she's like looking at the dog and like feeling for a pulse and like just checking it for injuries or something. And you start to crawl through. May sees Otto and Quinn catch up. Just, they went through there. You can't fit.
Yeah, I was
through
gonna
this
say,
hole.
can you guys fit? You're bigger than I. Those spiders can squeeze through a bunch of stuff.
They
can. He's pretty big, and this is pretty small.
How's my timer going? Because I did take the shape of Kalen.
You're good.
Okay. Back to auto form.
Right? Good. But then you go underneath. Quinn, you don't quite fit. You're like a little too big as a termite, since you're a bit bigger than an ant.
Can I munch it?
You start to munch and you get through a little bit, but then it's too hard. So you widened
damn
it
it.
slightly, but you can't get all the way through. Whatever made this hole, either stronger mandibles or something else.
And how much is the distance?
To get like to the other side?
Yeah.
Just probably like 5 meters or so.
Damn it. I was like, can I burp a portal here and then somehow stick my head out and burp a portal there? But I can.
No, yeah. That's definitely too big for that.
I guess it is time. And I smack my head onto my my watch. My not my watch. Why am I calling it a watch? My D-pad.
Your D-pad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You reverse
turn back.
reboot. And then
Yeah.
your form flits back. And as you start crawling after, and Mia's just like, I like you better like that.
Even the bird agrees. Oh no.
The bird agrees.
Termite gone. Okay. Well, I do like myself pretty good like this, but man, was that sap good in that form. Yes, I crawl.
And you all are basically in the center of what, I ain't gonna beat around the bush no more, is a giant tree. A hollowed out tree. And you see this center pile covered in vines and now in ants, and the ants seem to be ripping open this center pile, and inside appears to be Tomas, but covered in a glittering silvery liquid, and the little face that sticks out of his forehead is doing like a death metal windmill, and the windmill is flinging liquid off, which seems to be moving and then coming back onto him. It's quite a sight to behold. And then the ants are trying to attack him, but the hands are kind of like reaching out, and then like basically a hand will touch an ant, start to cover a little bit of its face, and then like crush it as the silver compacts suddenly. And so there's a bunch of dead ants in front of him as he's doing this. It's kind of chaos, honestly. But Will, and you're first to see and act.
Okay, so we can act. I'm gonna do a quick survey of the room, though. Like, these ants are all like flooding in from everywhere.
They were flooding in from one side. I would say there's 20 of them in here, or maybe there was like just over 20 when it started, and now there's a bunch of carcasses, and there's about 20 left.
Okay, carcasses. Are they killing each other?
This is Tomas's silver hands have crushed and killed a few, and they're like fighting them off. It's like it looks weird. It looks like his hands are acting autonomously from one another, and his head is like unfocused and like moving around, and there's like that windmilling thing going on. So he's not looking at what he's doing. The hands are just going and doing stuff. You also see a little like around, like, you know, it's like kind of roundish. You see Kalen a ways away, covered in like those worms at his midsection. And you hear a voice that goes, "Oh, thank gosh you're all here." And coming into view out of a sort of like camouflage is Isandriel, badly hurt. Seems like bleeding ichor out of like where her missing limb place was, but she reverts back to her human form. And you can see that as she gets back into human form, this translates to basically her hand is cut off. And so she's just like nursing this like really bad wound.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what to
That's
do.
what happened. But right now, I think we just need to concentrate on getting out of here, getting Tomas and Kalen free.
The liquid. I had a little bit of time to look at it. I think that it's some sort of parasite. It's controlling this tree somehow. That's infecting it. That's how it's able to, or it was able to control things, but it was directing the insects.
So you're talking about that silver stuff that's around Tomas right now.
Yeah.
So it's controlling Tomas.
I don't I can't tell.
All right, but he's still attacking the ants.
You see 5 of the ants turn their attention kind of towards you guys and start to come your way.
Of course, I had to say that. Willem's gonna call out Tomas to see if he still has like the presence of mind to answer back. Just seeing like the arms moving, he's not sure like if Tomas is even, I guess, conscious at this point. So I'm like, Tomas, we're here. Come closer. Like, come this way.
Tomas, you hear Will, but it's all you can do to hang on to consciousness right now. So, as always, I give you a choice. You can lose consciousness, and I will take your last might from you, but you will, like, I think, walk or like go towards your allies. Or you can stay conscious and potentially save that kind of action for later and hold on to your might.
I'll hold on to the might, and I'll just, I don't know, just continue crushing the ants that are around me.
Yeah, and I will say, your hands are moving, your arms are moving, your bones and your shoulders and arms are all broken now.
Oh no.
This thing doesn't
Aw.
know how to move human anatomy. Like,
Maybe
it's
I
just
shouldn't be
whatever
conscious.
direction something is from, it's just moving it to block it, to stop it. Yeah, so your muscles are all messed up, and the rage is what's powering you, kind of like.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I won't move from that spot.
Okay.
No
Then
change.
would I be able to do anything else aside from call out?
No, I'll count that as just like you're seeing if he's reacting, and then you can actually take your turn.
Okay. I mean, seeing these ants come towards us and seeing them how they're like hostile towards Tomas, Wiln's going to just spend an intellect point for onslaught to kind of call up some of his internal flame and send it shooting into the face of the closest one.
All right.
So you attack a foe within short range using energies. So I have to roll a
An intellect roll, yeah.
intellect. Okay. 14.
That does it. And the onslaught races forward, hits this ant. How much damage does it do?
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. At 4 points of damage, you kill this ant outright. And
Nice.
this kind of smoking corpse just like stumbles a little bit forward and then falls. That was fire, right?
Yes.
They
The
all
rest
get
of the
spooked?
ants start turning towards you, and there's that first group of 5 that was coming. Now 4 on their way. Another 10 all turn their heads and start to come towards you. Fire's a big threat, and you even feel the tree kind of shudder a little bit around you. But what that means is that, Tomas, your body is moving less as a result. It only has to defend from another 5. And so the pain definitely reduces on your end, and you're able to start thinking a little bit more clearly now. And your thoughts, everything you're thinking, there's like thoughts in between. So if you think like, I am Tomas, it's like I, and then there's another I, and then there's am, and it's is. There's other words in here, other feeling. There's something in your mind, and it feels like padding between everything that you're trying to think.
Okay.
And I think instinctively it's this other thing that you were talking to. Okay, so smoking corpse of an ant, drawing a little bit more attention. Isandriel, just gonna like crouch by your side and say, "I've got you if anything happens, but I'm kind of spent." But at that very moment, Otto and Quinn, and we're all here. May, I think, like coming through the hole, and the drill hound just like limping a little bit and like making its way forward. But you can see that May is like helping it through and like getting it over the top. So we're fully in combat. Otto, Quinn, what do you want to do? There's no order. So
Oh shit.
I wanted to run in and just try and stop everything, so I think I'll go first. I'm gonna use a move called Spin Identity. I can convince all intelligent creatures who can see, hear, and understand me that I am someone or something other than what I actually am. I don't have to impersonate a specific person, but someone they don't know that belongs to a certain category of people. So I'm basically gonna like tell everybody to stop, and that like I am one of the mother's kind. Like I'll word it in whatever way a spider would know to word it, to be like, I am one of the mother's kind, and these are my companions, and they're not to harm them, lest they face the mother's wrath, who has just allowed me entrance to her lair. You would not be wise to go up against her or me. This, this whole spiel that I'm gonna give out. But like in part of that spinning identity, I'll just like let some of my spider features show from auto. So like I start the change process and then kind of stop it as I'm talking. So like some eyes poke out, some little like hairs out of my skin, maybe a couple other
Alright.
arms grow out.
Is there anything you have to roll to get them through the
Yes. Well, actually, blah blah blah. Disguise isn't necessary. If you attempt to convince more than one creature, the intellect cost increases by 1 per victim. So the cost is 2, and then I just have to buy in the more people that are there.
You're trying to. There are one died. So there were 19.
Fucking hell. Do I just burn like my entire pool except for one and just try and get almost all of them? Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I have time to be like, I'm gonna try and convince this one because he looks like he has
He's a
whatever.
reasonable ant.
Yeah, I'll just do like a blanket. I see a bunch of people. I know that my limit is 16 right now. I'll do 10. Kind of just like instinctively, like a big portion, but not enough to kill myself. And I think that the edge that I have counts towards abilities like this.
Yeah, it would reduce it by whatever the edge amount is. So the total by the edge.
So it's cost of 2, additional 1 per other, so additional 9 because it does 1 by itself. So that's 11 minus 1, so 10. A long way to just say the amount that I'm doing it on.
Yeah, I guess so. For 10 points, 10 of them stop and look at you. And I think you're saying it's 10 random ones that are in this room.
Yeah.
So, like 2 from the group that are like closest to you, and the other 10 from partially from the second wave that are coming, and then the 5 that are still around Tomas. And there's a little bit of confusion. Start talking to each other, and all of the ones that fully halted and paid attention to you, and then basically stopped fighting and then turned to their comrades to kind of talk, they're distracted. And in that moment, roots from the ground come up and root all of those 10. And now you're only facing my brain sucks. And you're facing half of 19, so 9. You're only facing 9 that are still moving around. So the ones that are on Tomas back off immediately as Tomas, a root also slithers around you, and as it touches your body, the hands come down and they're trying to fight this big root, and it goes all the way to the base of your cerebellum, your spinal cord and your brain, and it all of a sudden taps in, and you're high again. You're back on that poison shit. There's something like you're infinity stretching before you, and it's like watching that. Like if you could see the first rays of sunlight through a forest canopy, like a million times, and like feeling as the light touched down and it activated everything around, like you're so overwhelmed by the sensation and the stretching of everything to match that. Like, this is such a formative, intense experience. Yeah, that everything else you know and love, and it just starts to get really small and disappear. And you start, your consciousness stuttering. It doesn't feel bad. The rest of you, there are only 9 ants to contend with now.
I kick one of them with my big feet, big rolling feet. And because I
It gets
have
forward.
because I have no need for weapons, this kick counts as a medium weapon. Yes.
All right, roll it up. Roll a might attack or a speed attack.
I'll use.
I guess it's might.
Whichever is good for me. Come on, baby. 11? Doesn't 11 hit?
11 absolutely does it. You deal your 4 damage, and you right through this ant and explode it.
Take this. Yeah.
Splats open. You land in the goop. Is there something
And I
that you
look
want to do?
menacingly at the other ants. I can't speak ant language anymore, but I know how to stare ugly at them.
That's the sound of the exclamation marks on top of their head.
Yeah.
Danger. Okay, so that is Otto, Quinn, Wilm, the drill dog still coming back towards Tomas. Tomas, you start to feel that connection, and it's your turn. What do you want to do in this moment? There's 2 entities in your head now.
I think the high sensation from the root, I think it disrupts all this chaos that's happening, and I think the face will finally relax. Maybe it stops spinning, just kind of like it kind of freezes a little bit. It looks like it's pretty high. It's stoned out of its mind. And I think that Tomas is just gonna kind of like Yamcha collapse to the floor with his broken ass arms. And I think for his turn, I'm just gonna take like an action of recovery as he sits there, and he's just like overwhelmed with this sensation of thoughts and like this weird fucking, high sensation. Yeah, so I'll use the one action one.
All right, and you get that second wind mid battle. You can roll that up.
A 6.
Oh my god, that's incredible. So that's 6 plus your tier, correct?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, very, very good.
So it's 4, and then I have 3 left. Okay.
Where do you put those points? Back into might, or are you putting them somewhere else?
I'm going to put, so I'm at 1 might and 1 intellect. I'll put 5 points into might to bring myself up to 6, and then 2 points into intellect to bring me up to 3.
All right. You're fully awake. You're conscious. I think you said you collapsed, but this root is holding you now, so your arms just like. But you feel your body starting to regenerate a little bit, put the bones where they need to be. After flailing around, your flesh cut from the inside. That you can hear a kind of panicked scrabbling at the walls of your mind, going, no, let me out. And you hear the deep, oh, don't complain now. And you hear and feel something so large and inevitable, and those rays of sunshine give way to darkness, and then smoke, a moon, and the rays of light of the moon, and then everything's stretching again into the rays of the moon. And we're back at the top to Will.
All right. So now there's 8 left. You're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Tomas seems a bit more in control of himself.
He's limp.
Has the silvery stuff left, or
Still on him, on his arms. I think you would notice now that it's retreating from the arms and moving up towards his head.
oh? Okay, I'm gonna try something. Since it's, I guess, on the surface, I'm going to see if I can, like, burn it off. Oh, but I have to get through the ants first. I don't know, actually, because they're between me and Tomas, aren't they?
You don't have to get to the ants, but they will get to you on their turn. Oh, sorry, I didn't give the ants their turn. This
No,
might
you said they were coming towards me because of the fire. So
Yes,
then
exactly.
after that, you didn't say anything.
Yeah, so after all the players go, the last of which was Tomas, it is the enemy's turn. It is the ants' turn. And so basically the ants are all going to advance. They're all going to kind of be attacking you guys now because you're the ones who seemingly, auto doing the spidery appearance thing and getting their attention and distracting them so that they get rooted and stuff. These 9 are attacking. So we'll do 3, 3, and 3. I'm going to need 3 might defense rolls from each of you, and if anybody gets less than 6, let me know.
Three.
Wait, do I roll this too?
No.
So
Will
I had
Quinn.
1 below a 6, but I used my boon, and then it's above a 6.
Okay, so you're good. And then Quinn. You're muted in case you're speaking. Or perhaps she was taken by the bird.
Wait for a chance to speak once birds.
Maybe.
Walking.
It's okay, we'll come right back to it. Oh, I see a message. Is that from her? Or is that from
Otto?
No. Okay. So Will, the ants come at you. You're able to fight them off. Tell me how you fight these ants off so that you don't take any damage. And also, you're protecting May and the drill hound at the same time. I think because they're behind you.
Yeah. So I
I'm
feel
sorry about that.
didn't they come behind Quinn and Otto? Because there was Malin was the last to come in through the hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just mean like you don't let any of them past you. Or
Oh
anything.
yeah, no. So I'm assuming they're attacking with like their mandibles.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's like a limp root somewhere, I might kind of like pick that up and kind of like put it between the mandibles of one, and kind of like keep them occupied, like kind of like a stick in the mouth of a predator, keep it open and can't bite. The next one kind of might like just as it's kind of coming up towards me, kind of like put my arm up under its chin and try and like push it off to the side. And then the other one, using like my still kind of like burning hand, I try and just like ward it off with the flame, not like actually like touching it or like harming it, because it's not my turn yet to do so, but like just warding it away with the flame that's still dancing along my palm.
Absolutely, throwing one off balance, the other one kind of crushing the stick after a little bit, and keeping the last one in check. You defend from all 3 of these. Otto, please describe how you defend from 2 but are hit by the last one, and then take 4 damage or my damage.
Oh God!
You still have your boon too, though, Otto, right? So just if you want to.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like this. I'm gonna fuck something else. Actually, it's almost the end of the session, so I'm gonna lose it.
5 minutes. Like,
That's the right kind of metagame, I think.
2 doesn't matter.
Oh.
I'm not combat oriented at all. So I think I just like I squirm and I move and I duck and I get lucky and then I just get like caught off balance. And
Yeah,
hit.
I mean, they're fighting over each other to get to you. So like the last one like slashes you across the chest, and you take that 4 might as it hits you. Quinn, what were your 3 might rolls?
3 might rolls?
Yeah, these are might defense rolls as the ants attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. You sure it can't be speed defense, which I'm proficient in? Wink, wink. I'm so
Can it be?
fast.
Man, you know, it can be if I say it is. But I had a realization this session, which is
Oh,
should speed defense be versus speed attacks,
mm,
which we've never done before as a thing. So this would be a new ruling on my part. But then I'm wondering if I've been doing it wrong this whole time, and I need to reread the source book.
oh shoot. Okay, I'll do might, but I am going to. Can I give myself
Well,
edge for this also, or no? How does this work?
there's no edge for this. Do
No.
a speed defense. So you can do a speed defense. You're trained in speed defense, right?
Yeah,
So basically, you just
I'm
have to roll
trained in
higher
it.
than a 3.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that. Okay, first roll 13, second roll 17, third roll 4. That was close.
and
Right,
if she's
please
trained in
describe
speed
your.
defense, doesn't that bring it down to a 3? From 6 to 3?
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah, so 4 still
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, 4 is
Exactly.
still
So
good.
I was gonna say, describe to
just-
me your acrobatics as you dodge all 3 attacks.
Oh, I literally just, like, I slip and slide with my skates. I do, like, some disco moves while I'm at it. Like, you can't get me.
Disco dancing.
You can't get me. I do it fashionably, is what I'm saying. That's why the last one, like, I trip a little bit. I'm like, you still couldn't get me.
Incredible. Yeah, you're dancing. But the last one you trip on a little bit of a root, but
Mm.
you trip in such a way that it misses you, and you're able to dodge all 3 of them. This is going to bring it back up to the top of the round, though, all the way back to Wilm. So, Wilm, what do you want to do? You do see the mercury parasite concentrating or starting to concentrate where Tomas's, brain and head would be. But the ants are on you.
Can I far step to Tomas? And then kind of use the flame to kind of try and burn it off of him.
All right. I mean, go
Or,
ahead
like,
and roll your attack.
Uh,
This is going to be if you miss by more than 5, you'll hurt Tomas instead. But if you miss by less than 5, then you just miss.
okay, I rolled a 16.
A 16 will hit. And you hit the mercury-like substance. And Tomas, you are given reprieve in your mind as you feel the other entity weaken. How much damage do you do? You do 4?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not done yet.
The far step this time is a lot of like short bursts, kind of like hopping on the ants' like heads. To get over and past.
Oh, you have to do your. You can't just do your onslaught from where you are.
Well, because it's if the attack's physical, it's 4, but if it's range, it's 2.
Oh, so you have to like punch with the fire technically
Well,
or
I
something.
wanted to kind of like literally like put my hand onto it and like.
Okay. This isn't D&D, yeah. So you definitely you do these like short little hops, go over
Well, I mean,
the.
I did use Far Step for it too, so
You can't use 2 abilities in a turn.
no.
So
Well, then
flavor
I mean,
wise, you totally can do this movement. So we can just
okay, it's
flavor it.
close enough that I can do the movement.
Yeah, this is all short
Okay,
distance right now.
then
We're all in
yeah,
the
then
same
never mind.
room
But yeah,
technically. So yeah, so you do these like little flame jumps between each of the ants, not damaging them or doing anything crazy. And you're able to get over to him and yeah, wipe off a portion of the parasite. And you feel it like turn to a crisp as you do this. It's not metal, it's not mercury, it is biological. This is a group, and now that you're so close, you can see what it really is. And it's all kinds of these tiny little insects all together that look like this metallic fluid. They're just like all really small.
interesting.
It's
Okay.
so nasty. It is my most hated. Okay. Otto.
I. Oh wait. No. Fuck. May has the gun now. I don't know what I do. I think I just can I try and heal while I'm getting attacked?
I mean,
I
there's
mean,
one
you
that
can.
needs
You
an
can use your
action.
action to just do the action heal.
Yeah, I think in like the mayhem and the fray, like I'm not gonna get lost in the attempts at violence, and I'm gonna guard my intellectual capabilities and hopefully regain some of them after that big not attack but ability that I used. Kind of like cowering and like shielding myself and just like going over things in my head of like information to use from this fight and the conversation I know we're gonna about to have with the spider and using leverage as we're getting attacked and remembering who's getting hit where and stuff like that. So trying to regain my mental focus.
All right. Then go ahead and do that heal. And then we're gonna jump over to Quinn.
All right, another kick. That's only
Yeah.
that's the only attack I got. Okay,
Get him.
I can make it a light kick. I can make it a medium kick, but I'm going for the medium. So let me roll over here. Oh no, why is it another 4? I can't kick him this time, damn it.
Yeah, a
So
4
many fours.
unfortunately does not make it. And I think as you go to kick, that same route from
No!
before just hits you up again. And you get such a dirty look. You're not
No,
able to get that, Anne. All
I
right.
missed the days when the Seraph Station was so smooth to slide on, and now I got all this terrible terrain.
This is not roller skating terrain.
No,
sure.
it's not.
Um, we are 4 minutes past 10. I'm gonna just finish this combat. I think we're very close to the end of this. So it should be another 10 minutes if we're okay with that.
Yep.
Right. Tomas, your last act.
C'est moi. I think now that I've had like the turn to like get out of that daze and that some of the silver liquid or the bugs have been burnt off from him, the voice subsides, the hallucinations subside, and his eyes open, and he sees Wiln standing there. Do you see me looking at you, Will? I think you're muted.
I'm assuming so.
Okay. I look right in your eyes. And I raise my arm out to you. I raise like one arm and I'm like, "Ugh," and I wince and it's like clearly not fully healed, so that I use the other arm.
It's also like on
Yeah.
Can I respond?
Yeah, with words.
I mean, I'll grab it gingerly because it seems like he's in pain moving his arms. But I'll like grab it and pull
Yeah,
him up.
I'll pull myself up the rest of the way. You don't have to like physically pull me up. I think I have enough strength at this point to power through the pain. And I'll kind of like
You can't fully move. You're still in the grip of that root.
I
So
am.
you,
Okay,
you
okay.
pull yourself, and you're able to like grab hands with will. Like
Oh, okay, okay.
have
I
that
see.
moment. But if you try to pull more, you're a little bit stuck.
Huh. Do I still have silver on my hands?
You do.
Oh shit. Okay.
You
For
do, and
one,
it's
sorry, Will.
you feel it covering. Sorry, not your hands
It's
specifically,
neck
like
and
your arms a little,
Okay.
and like Will like got like half your face off, like done of this stuff, but you can feel it moving over your skin, and it's like starting to cover the other side again.
I think I'll. I'm stuck in this root. Can I pry myself out of it?
You can attempt to do so, yeah.
Yeah. Either that, or actually, you know what I'll do is I get stuck, and I'm still in a bit of a daze. But because I'm holding on to Wilm, I want to try. This isn't like a skill that I have or anything. It's just something I want to try and do. I want to resonate with the emotions of Will.
And how you feeling, Realm?
I suppose determined. And there's like a little bit of fear there. There's a little bit of like shit. Like, are we gonna get out of this? Like behind us, we have that spider. Is that gonna find a way like towards us? But like he's still like determined to try and just get everybody out. So it's like the main feeling, but there's like that like little like fear still like wriggling at the back.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to sort of emulate a little bit of your emotion, and you're typically like more calm and collected even in this situation. You're even thinking about like, okay, there's like ants behind me and stuff. You're being a little calculated. You're taking precautions and things, and so instead of just kind of like monkey mode ripping out of the vines, I think Tomas kind of has a moment where like the face is probably still covered in some of that goop. So you just see sort of like as the face changes underneath the goop, it's like from that rage, from that fight response, to just something like a little bit more like maybe its eyes are closed and it's a lot more like calm and collected. And Tomas, and the vine itself was like putting a voice in his head, right? If I'm understanding that.
It was before, yeah. There was another voice, a third, like a second entity of some sort that you had heard.
And so through like the calmed emotions and like just sort of like taking it a moment, in his mind, Tomas is going to say, "Release me."
And you hear a response back, and it's so slow, but you're so in tune with it that you do get it. You get the inference. If I release you, it will take you together we can win.
And I think like just he's in a state of like emulating. So I think just like he responds very slowly to, then show me how to beat it together.
And you feel those tendrils from the root at the back of your neck, and Tomas is going to gain basically a kind of like bark-like substance, like as the root expands a little bit over your skin, and that it's like a neck guard almost at the back of your head, made of this bark that fuses with you. And it's not painful. It feels comforting and protective. And you know that from now on, any psionic attack that would make its, be directed at you, you will have an asset on. So this is a skill that you're going to gain.
Okay.
And it is a kind of like a psionic bark resistance
Okay.
given to you by the tree.
Very interesting. And I assume that's an int-based skill.
This is, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, creeps up. And I imagine that's my turn.
That's a whole turn. And then we're going to move back to the ants, who at this point are a little outnumbered. They look back to what's going on here with the tree. The other ones of their kind are trapped in these roots, but they're not being killed. And I think there's some confusion here among them, and they back off a little bit. One of them lashes out at you, Otto. So if you would make me a might or speed defense. I looked it up, by the way. We're good to keep doing it as we did.
Nice. 19.
19, yeah. You easily move out of the way. I think with a minor a minor boon on the 19, you kind of like kick it away in such a way as like it stumbles and falls, and you feel like almost like this ant is a little bit embarrassed because it was the only one that attacked, and it fumbled so badly that it backs off. And I think with that, the combat will come to an end. And the only battle left, I think, Wilm, would you be attacking the parasite again?
Seeing how like Tomas got like a bit more self-aware and kind of like brought back to consciousness almost from that like first initial like I guess attack on the silver thing, I think he would. He's saying, okay, that seemed to help. Let's see if I clear all of it, if it'll kind of bring him fully back.
Right?
Unless he stops me for whatever reason, but
No, and I think being this close, the battle kind of being over, I won't even make you roll. You just take your time and you start to clear off a lot of him. And with the resistance from the tree helping, you're able to start burning this parasite away. And it then bunches up and jumps into the air, trying to escape from the situation, and it's aiming at Isandriel. And you can see that it's aiming right for where the stump of her hand is to kind of like enter her body. So who here has a ranged attack? Well, go ahead and roll for your ranged attack as it flies through the air.
Actually, can I focus on this?
Sorry.
Yes, Clay.
I was like, wait a minute, I have assets. I have assets that I might be able to use.
And I won't let you focus on this because it was a snap reaction to
Okay,
stop this.
it's a
from happening.
12, so I'm not sure.
I wanted to say, don't you have your boon still, or is it gone?
Oh!
I don't. I use
Oh,
my
you
boon in the
did use it.
defense.
Oh, damn it.
What about Otto? Did Otto use it?
I use mine, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Nobody's got boons anymore.
No.
Right. 12 as it flies through the air. Does not do it.
No!
No.
No!
You don't fail by more than 5. So I feel like it grazes, hits some of it, but it hits onto a Sandriel's stump and immediately starts entering into her system. She raises her arm and looks at you, Otto.
Oh, fuck.
She wants you to cut it off.
Oh,
You know what to do.
I'll do the quickest thing possible and just like shift, slice, shift back.
Right? No roll necessary. Her arm flops to the floor. You can hear the parasite screaming, and as it starts to come out of this this flesh on the floor, I think Wilm, it is up to you to finish it off. This time, it will only be a target number 9.
Okay, can I step up to it though? at this
You
point?
can come right up to it, yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to like shoot. I want to like literally like step on it. And that I get. It's a 13.
A 13 does it, and you step on it and catch the limb on fire. And it blackens and crisps. And you hear that lobster scream of steam escaping, and then
I
goes.
thought I was just stepping on like the silver bit, but I guess I stepped on the whole thing.
Could it go back in there? Could it retreat? I think there's a, how much of it
Fair.
was in that arm right then.
He still looks over to Sandra and goes, sorry.
She's like passing out, like her arm just got cut off. But with that, combat is done. Tomas, you, I think, begin to commune with the tree in a deeper way, where it begins to speak to you, but also now a little bit out loud and through your mouth. So it's like it's using your vocal cords to kind of talk.
Can it be the little face? Like it
Yeah,
becomes like,
absolutely.
it
It can be
becomes
the
like
little
barky,
faces
and then
talking.
it's like
I am the tree. And you're just like, oh shit. And so all of you kind of hear this. And so next time, that's it for today's session. Next time we'll come back to talking to the tree, and also a bunch of ants who are really confused about what the fuck is going on right now.
Oh yeah.
We are
Damn
all
ant.
confused.
We're all in this. What the hell is happening?
There's spiders around.
Inside this big tree. But if you want to know what's happening, you'll have to tune in next time, because that's it for today's adventure on the Hexagon TTRPG. Thank you all for being here, my lovely players. Thank you all for being here if you were there from home and making an amazing session. If you enjoyed the game, don't forget to follow so you're ready for our next episode, which you can find right here on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 to usually 10. I know it's 10:20, and I'm sorry, everybody, but I really want to wrap this up because the next 3 Tuesdays are probably going to be Chittering Woods, run by Shadim, our lovely DM, and I can't wait. You can find more content, world building, and updates on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Just look for @TheHexagonTTRPG. And that was Simon as the Fiery Wilm Fair, CJ as Otto, the Spider, Peter as the Tough Tomas, Diana as Quinty 314, and me, your GM, Brent, signing off. We're the Hexagon, and we're Hexagon. Good night, everybody.
Bye.